Hello, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to RSF1 Division 5 on a Tuesday night. I will be your commentator for this evening, BZH Jake, stepping in again. Now, if you remember from last week, I wasn't feeling very well, and I made sure that everyone knew I wasn't feeling very well, and you guys will be bitterly disappointed to hear, I'm sure, that I'm not feeling any better. So, sorry to disappoint, and let's see how many times I can mention it tonight. So, enough about me then. Let's move on to things that people actually care about and talk about RSF1. So, Division 5 tonight at Jeddah. I absolutely adore this track. It's one of my favourites. Sector 1, when you get it right, is so satisfying. So, let's see who's going to get it right in Sector 1 tonight. As we saw last week, Bradshaw and Slicks were just absolutely dominating everyone in qualifying. And Adam was sort of there, and he had a really good start, going from P3 to P2, and he really managed to hold up Bradshaw. But then none of them ended up winning the race. The race was won by Dark Shadow, who got his first win in RSF1. As we're about to see what Slicks has got, I think we should probably ride on board with Slicks. Bradshaw was just on an outlap. He's just entered Sector 3 now, so we'll just have a little look at what Slicks has got. Navigate Sector 1 with him, and then see how Bradshaw gets on in Sector 1. It's not a bad start. And from Sector 1 we'll see who we think is going to do best. Sector 1 can really make or break how you get on, and oh, that's not fantastic from Slicks, but as we've seen, he does like to lag. That could have been an invalidation, but he's still going. That is not going to be an invalidation, but he hasn't taken that great. Let's see what Bradshaw's got. He is about to enter the tricky part of Sector 1, and he already looks a lot more assured than Slicks does. I don't know if Slicks is just lagging or something. We'll keep an eye on the telemetry. There's a yellow flag coming up as one of the McLarens is slowing down. I don't think he lost it, so we're okay. We've got a purple Sector 1 from Bradshaw, which was to be expected, I think. We're going to stay on with Bradshaw for the rest of this lap with his wonderful pink helmet. See how he's going to get on. He's got the McLaren. Well, no, it's actually Adam, because Days is still at the pits. So him as he's about to enter Sector 2. He doesn't go purple, he's on a 101.816. Let's just go see how Slicks is going to. He does a 129.4. Bradshaw coming round. I like the way he's come out of that. He might have a setup that suits Sector 1 better, which is why we saw Slick struggling. And it's a 129.2 from Bradshaw, so he goes P1, Dark Shadow and Smurf, and the Red Bulls go P3 and 4 respectively. Let's see what Adam has got. He invalidated, so he's going again, so we'll go on board with him, because I think he could be the third best driver as Brick Grid does a 131.4. Interesting to see what tyres he's on. Let's just see. So he did that on softs, so not fantastic from There's quite a lot of drivers on track at the moment. There. Sector 1's not too badly navigated here. Doesn't quite look as good as how Bradshaw did it, but it's not too bad, you know. And he does a 33.3 in Sector 1. Oh no, it did just go purple. Okay. Now, I don't know if I believe it, but we shall see. He's chasing down. Could be Jamie. Could be Bradshaw. Bradshaw will be making sure that too much toe is last to toe whatsoever. Jamie is 2.62. He's done that quite well. I thought he was going to lose the car there, but he hasn't. He's entering sector 3. Actually, great commentary from me there. I do apologise. He comes around the corner. Coming out of it, is he going to be able to put up a good enough time? He should do. I'd imagine for people like Slicks and Bradshaw, this is going to be a pretty straightforward Q1, and he goes fastest. He'll be really happy with that. These three again, sort of looking to differentiate themselves from the rest of the field. Liam is sort of looking a little bit all over the place, really, but he's keeping it on the track, which is good news. As he's in sector 3 now, chasing down an Aston Martin. That'll be Kabuki, so Kabuki's looking to bring it in now. He's looking a little bit slower than what Adam was. Yeah, estimate about a second down on Adam, but that's just the eye test. Jamie's retired, so he's binned it. Yeah, he's binned it in sector 1 actually, as Liam goes a 129.9, so it was just under a second. Jamie's car's despawned, so he is out now. So all Timmer, Carrot, Thor and Days have to do is set a time. Lisa set a time, so she might be making it into Q2, but at the moment she is bottom of that time. Days Free is about to start his lap, so let's ride on board with the American driver who managed to get P2 last week. He would have liked to have won his home race, but unfortunately he was not able to do so. Much to the relief of Dark Shadow. But enough about last week, we're here for this, as I thought Days was going to lose it there with a little bit of oversteer. And he's got a little bit wide there, but he's taken an okay line. It's not looking extremely rapid from Days. He's actually 0.8 down on Bradshaw already. So we could be looking at a 130 for Days. Maybe even a bit slower, maybe around sitting between Gravedigger and Martinez. I imagine he finishes above Martinez unless there's a big mistake. That didn't look fantastic for Days. As we come towards the entrance of sector 3, we get a better idea of what the time was, although I haven't been really paying much attention to what people have been doing. He's crossing up all 3.6. He's looking a little bit untidy as he comes through this part of the track. He'll be able to get a nice bit of speed here as he activates DRS, gets out of the way of one of the Ferraris, or rather the Ferrari gets out of his way. He's about a second down on, I think, Liam, so this could be looking like, although I did like that line though, yeah, 131.6, that was not a good lap from Daisy, probably won't be too pleased with that one. He has done that on soft tyres. You would have expected a little bit more from the McLaren driver there, but not too bad. Thor is on an out lap in sector 2. We've got Timmer, who's done a 133.4, so this is sector 1 actually really well. He's only 0.1 down on Bradshaw. Sector 2 and 1 and 2. So the tricky bit in sector 1 well, could we be seeing Timmer towards the front row of the grid and possibly challenge for a victory? Comes around the final corner. I like that line. He doesn't hit the barrier. I've heard it's always better when the car doesn't hit the barrier. He's actually going to come in a 130.7, so the two Hasses qualifying right next to each other. He just does enough to get past Martinez. So everyone in the pits apart from Days. Lisa, is she having a go at another lap here? Ooh, she's lost it a little bit there, so she might not bother, but then she might just try and get past Alves, and I think it's going to be between Alves and Lisa at the moment. Let's just have a look at what Carrot's got. She, vague understanding, but anyway, it doesn't matter. They are coming through sector 2 now. 104.6. That's not incredibly quick. That's about 2 seconds now. What Timmer was putting up, I think, is most of Carrot hits the barrier. DRS turned on. This is looking a little bit untidy. We could be looking around an Alves, between an Alves and a day's time here. This is actually going to be quite slow, I think. Yeah. Carrot might have to go again. Someone's just gotten in the way. Okay, Carrot's bringing it in, I see. So Carrot has decided that that lap was just completely not good enough and isn't even going to bother with it. So we'll ride on board with Thor as he's about to finish his lap. I was surprised to see Carrot cross the line, but I guess they're going to just go for another go. We've got Timmer, who is, I think, bringing his car in at the moment. Martinez is on an outlap, so he's trying to improve, but I'd imagine a 130.8 is going to be okay. I can't see. And there we go, as Thor gets himself up to P7 with a 130.1. Still 0.9 down on the leaders, but not too bad from Thor. It does sort of look like the top three is in the league of their own at the moment. But no doubt, as we get these second runs coming through, we'll see more people challenge them. Bradshaw has decided that his time is enough, and I very much agree with him. I think Adam, Slicks, Smurf, Shadow, Liam, Thor, I think they're going to be okay to retire. I can't see Alves getting 4 seconds down on his, or even 5 seconds down on his time. That's a lot of time to find. I can't see Lisa getting 7 seconds down, so I think they should be okay. Carrot needs to put a lap in at the moment. Lisa is actually behind Jamie. That's an interesting one, because I thought all Lisa had to do was set a time to get in front of it, because Jamie is behind Alves. It doesn't make sense. So Thor is in low fuel mode, so this is the driver we don't want to watch at the moment. I don't want to stay for so long. Martinez is on medium tyres, that's a bit risky. So let's just stick with Martinez, although he might just be bringing it in. I had 25 laps of fuel. Well, Alves, that's probably why you've done a 134 then. Let's see if we can get some fuel out of that car. That's probably why you've been in the pit lane for so long, because you're just trying to drain it. As Martinez is 0.4 up on his time, but as things stand, it only looks like it's going to be enough to overtake Timmer. He might be able to get Gravedigger, but I can't see him getting 0.8 off to go and get Thor. He might do. We're going to see more people coming out now, more people retiring too. Liam's on an outlap, as is Lisa and Carrot. We're just going to stay on board with Martinez, because he's the only person on an actual lap, as he is, again, 0.4 up on his time, so it's looking good, but not going to improve too much. He'll be pleased that he's doing this on his medium tyres. Tim has decided that a 130.7 is going to be enough for him. He's bringing this around. This is looking quite quick for Martinez. I quite like the way he's done that. I think we could be looking at a low 130 here. And I like his line. He brings it home in a 130.3. That's a very nice time. 0.5 exactly up on his time. So, at the moment we have Carrot is on an actual lap. Let's see how Carrot can navigate Sector 1. There was a car, I think, in Carrot's way, possibly. Not. It's not too bad from Carrot, you know. We'll be able to get a good comparison with the leaders, because I managed to see what they were doing. It's 0.4 down on what, I think it was Adam or Bradshaw. I think it was Bradshaw. Bradshaw had a purple sector. It's 0.4 down on the best sector, which is a much better time from Carrot. Lisa's still on her outlap. Martinez is bringing it in. We've got Liam, who's going again. Liam, I don't think you need to. Kabuki's probably getting a little bit worried about Alves with his 25 laps of fuel. Alves is staying in the pit though, he's risking it. We've just seen a purple sector 2 from Carrot. Oh my! Oh, I really hope Carrot can bring this home and get into like the top 5 or something. That would be incredible. As Carrot looks to navigate the last few corners, not exactly staying on the racing line, coming inside. Doesn't spin at the end there, lovely. DRS is going to get turned on in time. We're looking at a 130 mid, I'd say, 131. It's not a bad time from Carrot, that should be enough. Alves is now out. So Alves, you need to come out. I might as well start in the back. Well, you could do Alves, but it's a bit of a risk. I mean, I suppose you can just go really slowly and wait for all of the drama into turn 1 to unfold, but that's a call for you, I think. So we're just going to have a look at what Lisa's got. Lisa is 0.7 up on her time. She's invalidated, so that's a little bit unfortunate for Lisa. She's on medium tyres, so she'll probably go for another run. At the moment it is going to be Jamie, Albus and Lisa that we're going to be losing in Q1. Days is probably going to be okay. He's above Jamie. I really don't understand how this works, you know. Because Jamie's faster than 2 people who are above him. And Lisa is going to get us going. She did a 1:36.2, so Lisa needs a lot of time to find here. And that isn't a bad start from Lisa. Oh, a little bit too hard on the brakes there, I think. We'll see how Lisa gets on with Sector 1. Liam's retired in P6. I don't know why he came back out, but I guess he came back out, realised it wasn't quite as necessary for him to come out as we thought it was. Lisa doesn't invalidate there, gets a little bit lucky, don't get too keen on the acceleration. A 1:35 dead, she's managed to shave a whole 1.1 off of her time, but that's really not going to be enough. Sector 2. That's not too bad from Lisa. We've got Kabuki and Slicks who are also on laps. Guys, you really don't need to do this. You're just wasting your tyres. Lisa's managed to shave 1.2 off of her time, but that's still not going to be enough. We need an almighty Sector 2 from Lisa here. Sector 3, sorry, from Lisa here. Brings it round the final corner. Oh, nearly loses the car. It's not looking like it's going to be challenging too much. It's a 1:35 dead from Lisa, and it's still right at the back, I'm afraid. Brick Grit hasn't managed to get a lot off of his time. He has put in this purple Sector 2 though, so he must have had an awful sector. Sector 1. Maybe Brick's car is set up for long speed and he might even get a little bit of toe off this McLaren. Stays has decided that P14 is a little bit too close for comfort. Brick Grit might be able to get a little improvement here. He's actually looking very on course to do it. He does a 1:30.8. He's 0.5 up on his time. That's enough to get him above Carrot. He's getting out of the way. Right on board with Day, see if he can get some kind of improvement. Slick's lagging a bit again. Afraid to say, Alves. Days manages to keep a nice tidy line there. He's put in a much better time. He's actually put in I thought was the fastest Sector 1 time there, but it didn't go purple, so apparently not. Although Slicks is on track. Well, he has actually put in the fastest time. So I guess, but he's not far off at all. This is looking like a good time. Looks like he might be able to get himself near his teammate. Probably above Kabuki if he can keep everything nice and tidy. He's 2 seconds up on his time and he's lost it. He's still okay though. It should still be enough for an improvement. Days, keep it together. That's a real shame. I'm really upset for Days. He was looking at getting a 1:29.6. Brings it nice and tidy into the final corner. Let's just see how much that little incident hurt him. It's quite a lot. He does a 1:30.5, so he actually lost a whole second just there. Is there anybody else doing a lap? Doesn't look like it. So there we have it then. Everyone has finished. I guess we're just going to wait for Brickgrit's car to be put into the pits before the session ends, but it looks like we're going to be losing Jamie, Alves and Lisa in Q1. Carrot just about manages to survive. So, as I said, in Q1, Slicks goes fastest with a 129.0, and it looks like we're going to sort of have more of the same between Slicks, Adam and Bradshaw in qualifying. We lose Jamie, Alves and Lisa. Lisa did her times on the medium tyre, perhaps saving some softs for a eventual safety car, which is quite common around Saudi Arabia. Nearly said Baku. That's something I'm going to have to be careful that I don't do, saying Baku instead of Jeddah. I hope I didn't introduce this track as Baku. It would be a little bit more concerning in real life, wouldn't it, if I thought I was in Azerbaijan, I was just in Saudi Arabia. I suppose they're sort of similar tracks, quite fast, in the city. So, Q2 about to begin. Ugh! And I've got the noisiest chair in the world, I do apologise. So, I'm going to do my usual gambling addict thing of who's going to be out first, and I'm going to go with Adam. Adam's coming out first. That's what we're going for. Let's just get all of this up. It's somebody. It's an AlphaTauri. It's Slicks again. He's costing me a lot of money, Slicks. It's a good job I don't actually have a gambling addiction. Slicks is on track. Adam coming out in second. Couldn't you come out a little bit sooner, Adam? I apologise, I had to have a little bit of a coughing fit. So, let's just admire Slicks' car. Do we have any architecture to admire tonight? Because we had plenty of things to look at in Baku. Oh, there's a guy up on the crane up there. It would be nice if we could get a shot of the sea, maybe. I think the sea would be quite a nice sight at night. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. So Slicks is quite far ahead of everybody else. We've got a lot of drivers out on track. Kabuki, Martinez, Smurf, Timmer, Brickgrit and Carrot have decided against coming out. They're probably not going to want to come out now, or they're going to have Slicks behind them. Is that a little bit of movement? I thought I saw a little bit of movement from the Red Bull garage, but not quite. Let's ride on board with Slicks and see what he's got. I'll take it going low on wheels. So, Slicks, the man who went fastest in Q1, the man who for some reason keeps going for second runs when he really doesn't need to. The man who probably should be in Division 3. At least Division 4. I wonder... Oh, and that's a bad start. So, let's have a look at what Mr. Adam Moore has got in his locker. Slicks goes a little bit too quickly. He's got the Williams of Liam behind him, and behind that is Thor in the Mercedes. And then I think it's that Bradshaw. Bradshaw is behind as well. So let's see what Adam does. He's done a 1:33.2 as he puts up the purple in Sector 1. Let's just keep an eye on Bradshaw. I'm just going to try and go between Adam and Bradshaw on this lap, just so we can get a rough estimate of how quickly everyone's going through each sector, as he does a 1:32.5. That's the time to be in Sector 1. Adam. So the 1:32.5 is what I think I said Adam is about to enter Sector 2. This should be purple for him. That's a 1:2.1. Just stay on board with him a little bit longer. 102.1, I think I just said. That's, my memory's not what it used to be. A 101.1. Bradshaw's absolutely flying. So we'll just stay on board with Bradshaw for the rest of this lap because we're going to have Adam's time come up anyway. Slicks has... Oh, he's right there. That's why he hasn't brought it in. Adam does a 130.1. That's not fantastic time. Liam does 129.7. He was the driver we should have been staying on board with. Adam's had a 21 by his standards. And it's a 128.5 from Bradshaw. My goodness. And Dark Shadow comes across with a 129.8, but he's over a second faster than everyone else. Slicks will be looking at that. Licking his lips. We've got Daze who's on his lap at the moment. He comes across at a 130.8. Martinez and Carrot are both on outlaps, and I think Carrot's going to start theirs first, so we'll start with Carrot for now. As Carrot comes across into the corner. Here we go. Oh, a little bit hesitant on the power there, probably could have stayed on that a little bit longer. Kabuki is coming out to do his lap now. Martinez is just starting his. So 32.5 I think is the time to be in Sector 1. That would be an almighty time from Carrot if they could get that up, considering it was quite close, nearly going out. 34, look, that's gone purple and it was a 34.3. Like, that's just not right. Perplexed. So we've got Martinez who's on time. Let's just have a look at what Martinez has got, because Martinez isn't slow. Martinez does a 33.5, so still a whole second down on Bradshaw. Bradshaw, I think you can retire. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if he heard me, but let's have a look at what Carrot has done. A 103.5. That's not fantastic, I don't think. We'll see what Martinez has got. A 102.4. This might not be too far away from Bradshaw, but maybe low 129s. I don't think we're going to see people getting into the 128s just yet. That was a mighty lap from Bradshaw. Now we've got Kabuki, Thor, Smurf, Brick, and Slicks all on outlaps. Slicks has offended seeing Bradshaw's 128.5. Bradshaw wasn't bothered about finishing through P1. It doesn't really matter. That's a 130.5 from Martinez. So 2 seconds down on Bradshaw. Kabuki is starting his lap next, so we'll stay on board with him. It looks a little bit slow there, did Kabuki? Not too shabby there. Manages to stay nice. Oh, he was a little bit hesitant to stay on the power there. Probably could have gone a little bit more. I don't think this is going to be incredibly quick. It's 133.4, so it's enough probably for now to get him into Q1. I'm really annoyed that the graphics lie, you know, and say that it's purple when it's just not. See what this is going to look like. So 102.3, so I think that is faster than what Martinez was doing, so he could be looking at a possible top 5, maybe even top 4 finish for Kabuki here. That will suit him down to the ground, I think. We've got Martinez who's just behind him, who's going to be bringing it in. There's Brick Grit on his outlap, he's just starting his lap. Thor might be someone we want to keep an eye on. We'll just have a look at how Thor finishes and that once Kabuki crosses the line. It's a 130.4. No? Did we invalidate it somewhere? Oh no, there it is. And Thor's invalidated. Sure. Smurf, he is about to enter Sector 1, he's at 33.2. Not a bad time at all from Smurf. You'd expect both of the Red Bulls, with the form that they were showing, to get themselves into Q3 here. Stay on board with Smurf. We should have stayed on board with Slicks actually, with these pulling down at Bradshaw. Comes round into the final corner. Nice and early on the power. This is looking like it's going to be a really good lap. You know, it's not quite enough to challenge Bradshaw, but it is enough to go P3. Adam, you're going to have to get your P3 back here, mate. It's to the whole second. That's how ridiculously quick Bradshaw was. Is that looked like a good lap from Smurf. We've just seen Brick Grit cross the line for P9, so I think things are going to get interesting. I think people like Slicks, probably Smurf, probably going to be okay to retire. Certainly Slicks. Days is struggling a little bit tonight. He's only done a 130.8, but Days does tend to have more race pace than he does qualifying pace, which is probably the way round you'd want it to be. So, who do we have? Thor is going to be going for it, and Timmer. I think we'll keep an eye on Timmer, because Timmer's been looking quite quick. Slicks, I imagine, is going to bring it in. Yeah, Slicks is bringing it in. Otherwise I would have said, let's have a little look at Slicks. Slicks seems to not like being out-qualified in any qualifying event. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him coming out in for another go at trying to knock Bradshaw off, but I think at this point, mate, if I were you, I'd just take the loss on this one. But I don't think anyone's getting near Bradshaw's 121.5. That's incredible pace. Smurf is going to bring it in. Dark Shadow has decided that 129.8 is enough. That's a bit risky. I'm happy for the top three to retire. I think everyone else, things look a little too tight. I guess he's thinking to himself, I can't. Well, I'd be worried about Thor and Timmer. I wouldn't be too worried about like if I was in Dark Shadow's place, I wouldn't be too worried about Carrot, because I don't think Carrot can take 2 seconds off their time. I don't think Daze is really going to be getting that much time off, but so I guess maybe it's a good call. You really don't like P5. It's a risky decision. I think it's going to be okay, but just on the off chance that he's not. Tim's done a 33.1, so he's only 0.6 off of Bradshaw in Sector 1, which sort of goes to show how ridiculous Bradshaw's lap was. Like, keep just going on about it, but to be 0.6 off, usually you'd be like, oh, he's not doing very well. No, he's doing absolutely fantastically. Well, not quite fantastically. He's doing well. He's doing enough to get himself into the next qualifying session. 102 dead, so I think this is faster than what Adam put up. Adam could be in trouble here. I think he might need to have another go, just in case. Thor is back there. I thought he was in front of Timmer. No, he wasn't. No, because we decided to stay on with Timmer because Thor was further behind. So Timmer is going to finish his lap now. He's going to do a 129.6. That's a fantastic lap from Timmer. So let's see what Thor's got in him. He is on a 101.7. I think that's quite quick as well, you know, from Thor. I don't think it's going to be enough to challenge the top people, but it's a 129.5. Great lap again, and now Dark Shadow is starting to look a little bit concerned. Adam was feeling concerned. He's on an out lap. Martinez is on an out lap. Kabuki, you need to come out now, mate. if you're going to have a go at it, because I don't think P9 is going to be enough. So we've got Martinez who's going for it again. He will probably be set to improve. Adam is going for another lap, so have a little look. Slicks has retired, so Slicks has decided to resist the urge to have a go. Both Red Bulls are now tired. Smurf thinks he's done enough. Thor will probably bring himself home and retire. So we have got... Oh, we've had a time come in, I think, as Carrot goes P10. What a lap from Carrot, knocking Martinez out. I'd expect Martinez to get back up. Daze is on an out lap. So we've got Martinez on an out lap. Brick Grit has decided that he's just going to go out in this qualifying session. He's not going for another run. So we're going to keep an eye on Martinez, Gravedigger and Daze. Daze will be a... So we've got... Gravedigger's actually the furthest up the road. He did a 33.3, so he's 0.2 up on his time, which at the moment is enough for around about P9, so this is going to be really close. Gravedigger needs to keep everything together. We'll just keep an eye on what Martinez has got. He's managed to shave a whole second off on his time. Sorry, half a second off. So this is going to be very close. Dark Shadow might have his heart in his mouth a little bit, because Adam's got to do another lap, and I'd be pretty certain that Adam's going to be able to beat it. We've just had someone cross the line there. I think it was Liam, perhaps. We're going to stay on board with Gravedigger for now. Gravedigger is about to cross the line. He's done a 1:29.5. That's a great time from Gravedigger. Tim has started to look a little bit of trouble. We're going to have a... Carrot has now been knocked out. I don't think Carrot's got... in them. We've got Martinez who's about to cross the line. He needs to be pointed off his time. I haven't been able to check the telemetry. Daze has managed to get a whole 1.1 off his time, so this is going to be really close with Daze as well. Martinez is P4. Dark Shadow's really looking close now. Adam's 0.3 up on his time. That's enough to overtake Dark Shadow. Adam's struggling here. Daze 1.1 up on his time, so we're going to be looking at both McLarens. Let's keep an eye on Adam first. Kabuki and Carrot and Brick Grit are all out. It's between the two McLarens to try and get themselves both into the next qualifying session and knock out Dark Shadows. Tim, I think Tim is safe. So it's between the two McLarens. Okay, so Mr. Adam Moore goes P2. That's a good time. Daze, he takes his usual line and he goes P2, knocking Dark Shadows out. I said it was too early to retire. I said it. I said it. Can't get back in. Error code Esh. Oh dear, Kabuki. I'm not too sure what to do about that, but I'm just going to love and leave you guys for a moment. I'm going to take a quick break of myself before we get into Q3. I'm back, and I apologise profusely for my absence. I'm going to assume that Slicks is going to be the first man out on track. Let's get all of the stuff back on. He's actually the first man to set a lap. He does a 1:28.6, which is still slower than what Bradshaw was able to put up. We'll see what Bradshaw's got in his lockup. He's on a 101.2, I think that said, in Sector 1. This is the big one. This is where it matters. So we lost one of the Red Bulls, we lost both the Aston Martins, and one of the Alpines. And yeah, we lost the Alpine of Brit Grit, both Aston Martins of Kabuki. That's a 1:28.6 from 1:28.6 from Bradshaw. That's actually an identical time. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen that. I'd take a picture of that if I were you guys. That was incredible. The exact same time. And other times are starting to come in. We'll see what Adam's got. Adam's struggling. He had a really good Q1, and he's really struggling with the car. Smurf has binned it. No, he's not. He's tied in the pits. Or has he binned it and now his car's just in the pits? That's surely what happened, right? We're going to say that's what happened. I must have missed it. I'm so sorry. Let's have a look at what the chat's saying. Slicks for pole. You reckon, Verl? I reckon Bradshaw might have it in him, you know. So, we are only having 7 minutes left in the session. I wonder who's going to come out first. Everyone sort of came out at the same time by the looks of things. I'm really sorry that I missed Slicks' lap. I apologise profusely and unreservedly. Oh, I've got an idea. Right, so you see that QR code that's on the front wing? I'm going to scan it and see what happens. Let's see. It's not having it. It's not having it. Oh my goodness! As I was trying to scan the QR code, Martinez and Timmer? No, Martinez and Gravedigger have had an incident. And Gravedigger's now been disqualified? What on earth? Wow, Patronus, you're a legend. So, incidents. We've got invalidation from Slicks and Timmer. Smurf has DNF'd with terminal damage. Martinez just smashed into the back of Gravedigger. Gravedigger's now got a grid penalty because of his collision. Whilst I was trying to scan a QR code. I didn't expect something bad to happen on an in-lap. My goodness. Now that... Wow. Come on, Division 5, we're better than this. Dear oh dear. Well, Wolfsburg 123. I apologise, but I don't know who what's your gamer tag? We've got a Haas, and I wonder who it's going to be. It can only be one of them, because the other one has been disqualified. Right, Martinez, lovely. You're out, Martinez. Just didn't expect Gravedigger to be on the racing line doing about 20 mile an hour then, I'll take it. Timmer's going to be first out. He's come out well early here, Timmer. So hopefully he doesn't have traffic in his way. We've got Thor who's coming out. Let's just have a little read of the top three then. Or of the top people, rather, not the top three, because that wouldn't take on the top. So we've got Slicks, who's P1 at the moment. Bradshaw, P2. He's actually gone... So Slicks has managed to improve from his Q2 time. Bradshaw's gotten worse. But they've both put in an identical time. He was disqualified. I thought he got disqualified. I thought he got disqualified because he got hit by Martinez, because he's got a grid penalty. It's BZH Jake, Patronus. I don't commentate very often, but I have been solo commentating for the last 2 weeks. I'm the guy. I've got a bit of a sore throat at the moment, so I don't know if I've mentioned it yet. That's going to be my running joke. I think even when I'm feeling fine, I'm just going to pretend I've got a sore throat. I'm just going to constantly have a sore throat as Timmer's about to start his lap. So Timmer's come out so early that other people haven't even started their out laps yet. Timmer's got a lot of time to find. So I wonder if he's going to try and give himself 2 runs at this. I don't think that's a great idea, but we shall see. Nice to meet you too, Patronus. Comms, I'm in the lobby, but it's not letting me take control of the car. Will I be able to take control for the next race? Well, I guess so. I imagine it's not letting you take control of the car because you're already out. But then it says you're in the lobby. I might have to just start screaming help in the comms chat. Timmer's invalidated. Let's have a look at what Thor's got. We've got Liam on an out lap. We've got Bradshaw on an out lap. Thor's on a 132.6. That's quite quick. Thor's challenging for the. He's been the party pooper here. Well, thank you, Kabuki. You're doing my job for me. I'm just the beautiful sounding voice when it comes to actually having to use the brain. It's not quite able to do it. A 101 dead from Thor. He's 0.5 up on his time, so that's still not going to be enough for any improvement. You know how mental that is, that you're half a second up on your time. It's not enough for any improvement. Daze has managed to get a good lap out. He's in P4, so he's got really angry at what I said earlier and be like, oh, he doesn't. He's taking that personally. Thor crosses that. He's gone fastest. He's actually gone fastest. Wow. So, Timmer, he is. I was going to say a lawnmower, but there's no grass. Liam is starting his lap. Let's have a look at what Liam's got. We have got Bradshaw, but I don't think we've given Liam enough attention, really. Bradshaw and Liam, what are we thinking? Let's flick between the two. We'll try and flick between Bradshaw, Slicks and Liam. Daze is just on an out lap at the minute, but it looks like he's going to be starting his. So we'll just try and flick between everyone as they enter each sector. Or at least the complicated bits. So, Liam is looking a little bit slow here. He's on 133.2. He's managed to get time up, but probably not enough. Let's see how Bradshaw navigates sector 1. Don't really want to be starting on the 3rd row for sure. Someone's going to be. He's done a 32.5, so I'm pretty sure that's faster than what Thor put up. And at the moment, yeah, that is enough to improve. He can keep things going. That's a really good line from Bradshaw. He's managed to hold so much speed. Let's see how Slicks does here. He's lost the car. He's lost the car. He's lost the car. That might be enough. That might be enough for Thor and Bradshaw to be on the front row. I wonder if Adam and Daze have got anything to say about this. He's done a 1 minute dead. Daze is he's second up on his time. Adam's 0.2 up, so Daze is looking like he's going to challenge as well. We're just down board with Bradshaw. There's a Thor there going slowly. He's only 0.3 up on his time in sector 3. Well, only 0.3. That means he's going to do a 128.3. This is going to be an incredible lap from Bradshaw. And it's a 128.2 from Bradshaw. Let's just see what Slicks has got. It's not telling me how far down he is on his time. Let's have a look at the McLarens. We've got Daze who's 1.1 up, so that should be enough for 128.7. Slicks does a 128.4. It's enough to get in front of Thor, but that little mistake is going to cost him dearly. It's now between Daze, who's managed to get a second up. He's taken his usual line. He's a 129.2. Adam is a 128.9. Wow. Whew. So Thor has just come out of nowhere. Although Adam's not quite been at it, but only 0.2 behind Slicks, 0.4 behind Bradshaw. I don't know if Slicks' little mistake was enough to even if he hadn't made the mistake, I don't know if it's enough to get P1, but I think we're in for a tasty race tonight, I'm not going to lie to you. So, despite the little incidents that we saw between Gravedigger, Smurf and Martinez, and Gravedigger is going to get a penalty, Days reckoned he had P3, but something happened. Days has lost 0.6 of a second somewhere. I lost 2.5 tenths from that. 2.5 tenths. Ooh, it would have been tight. It would have been very tight between you and Bradshaw. I thought it was only 1.5, but you probably know better than I do. Martinez was a full 30 seconds behind everyone else. What are you playing at, Martinez? So, now it's time for me to entertain you with my podcasting skills that clearly aren't coming into handy as I trip over my words. Coming into handy. That's a new one. I'm having a mare. I'm not going to start a podcast. I've failed at the first hurdle. In fact, I haven't even made it to the first... You know, the starting block? I've just tripped up on that. I don't know about you guys, but when I see these Olympic starting block things, I don't really know. I mean, obviously they do make them go faster. But I reckon I'd get... It's put me in a Ferrari. Well, I mean... I'd say just roll with it for now, legend. Because I don't think the Ferrari driver's here anyway. Just roll with it. I'd say just race in the Ferrari, but if I've messed it up for everyone, then I apologise. Kabuki, where are you to get me out of trouble? No, my teammate ain't here tonight. Well, he's here now. Whoever does the points just needs to remember to give the... Legend, are you usually on a team or are you a fit-in driver? I'm pretty sure you're on a team, aren't you? Alpha, yeah. Well, it's just going to give Slicks a bit of an advantage, I suppose, but... I think you're okay to just stick it out in the Ferrari. I'd say you're okay. If I said it, then it's fine. Just throw me under the bus if you get in any trouble. So, do I have any fun facts about Saudi Arabia? I don't think so. I could talk to you about the Crusades. I couldn't really talk to you about the Crusades. I'm a modern historian, not a more ancient one. So, what's interesting about Saudi Arabia? I wonder what it says on their flags. I'm happy as long as Alpha gets my points. They should do. Arabia. Flag. It says... The flag of Saudi Arabia is entirely green. Does it just say we love Saudi Arabia? There is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his messenger. Is apparently what it means. Oh, there we go. Asset for crashing into the walls of cars. I don't think I've got any Saudi Arabia facts. Can we not do it? I'm more of a European historian. Can I not commentate on a race in Europe so I could just bore you with facts about European nations? Because if not, I could give you some facts, but they're just going to be from Wikipedia. So you could just look them up yourselves anyway. I wonder if Saudi Arabia might be the hottest country where they have a race. It might be. It might be like Qatar or Bahrain or something as well. Well, we're just going to pretend that it's Saudi Arabia, alright? Alright, lovely. I've still got quite a lot of filler to do here as I play and wrestle with my mic. Hopefully that didn't disturb you guys too much. 14 viewers. Not really finding my Saudi Arabian facts very entertaining. Because I think it was at 16 before I started. We're just going to say everyone loves my Saudi Arabia facts and people just don't want to look at the garages. And now I've really run out of things to say. No one's chatting to me in the Twitch stream either. My goodness. I won't break into song about being all alone, but I'm probably about 5 minutes away from serenading you all. Here we go! We're going to have a formation lap, thank goodness. So, let's put some things on. So, let's have a look at the tyres. Oh, we have got some interesting tyre calls from the drivers here. So, I shall read out the grid. Starting P1, we have Bradshaw in the Alfa Romeo. P2, Slicks in the Alfa Tauri. Lisa's been disqualified? Lisa's AFK. So, Lisa is now out of the race. Or has she just been disqualified from the formation now? That's unfortunate for Lisa. So as we carry on then, I imagine Lisa's bolt is just going to stay where it is. Luckily it's not in the middle of the grid. So Bradshaw on mediums, Slicks in the AlphaTauri on mediums, BVB4 in the Mercedes on mediums. Both of the McLarens are choosing to go for hards. The only other drivers on hards are Carrot and Alves in the Alpine and Aston Martin. P6 is Liam in the Williams, P7 Timmer in the Haas, P8 Martinez, who would be quite disappointed not to have gotten any higher due to the little incident that he had with Gravedigger, who took a 5-place grid penalty. Smurf P9 in the Red Bull, who had a crash in Q3. Dark Shadow moves up to P10, so it's almost like he qualified for the next qualifying session. Hello, Matty. So, Kabuki on softs as well, only him and Dark Shadow on softs. Carrot on the hards in the Aston Martin, so it looks like both Aston Martins on different strategies today. Brick Grit on mediums in the Alpine, not been great qualifying for Alpine with Alves and Brick Grit, both in P13 and P16. RSF1 Jamie on mediums in the other Alfa Romeo. He isn't quite getting the upgrades that Bradshaw's getting, he's P14. Gravedigger with his grid penalty is P15. Alves P16. Lisa has been disqualified. Presumably X Games 96 is Lisa. And Legend P18 in the Ferrari / AlphaTauri. So, I'm going to stay on board with Bradshaw. We're going to see what the camera angle's like. I'm going to wait for all the drivers to park up first. Gravedigger has messed it up. Kabuki's messed it up. Is it going to let Lisa drive? I hope it lets Lisa drive. Lisa's driving, I think. Yeah, I think we're okay. Here we go. Where are the lights? There we go. 3, 4, 5. And off we go. Slicks looking to make a move already, and we'll just stay on this camera angle. Oh, that's much better. Bradshaw manages to stay in front. He sort of forced him off the track, and he's come back round at him as Bradshaw taken damage. Bradshaw might have actually taken damage off of that. He's down all the way down to P4. Thor manages to make the most of it. Adam Moore's had a great start. He's up to P2. Slicks is getting away from everybody else. Dark Shadow trying to make a move on Liam. He's right on the... No, sorry, wrong person. He's right on the gearbox of Liam. He's really managed to make the most of those softs, unlike Kabuki. I'm trying to see if Bradshaw's got damage. It looks like he's managing to stay with the other cars quite well. Yeah, no, Bradshaw looks okay, so I think he's alright for damage. He's just going to get in Thor's mirrors a little bit. That isn't where he wants to be. There's a move here from Daze. Daze and Liam sort of look like they're hitting each other. It looks like Dark Shadow's got a really good seats for this battle. And now he's going to make a move as Daze goes off the track. Daze isn't going to have a great run coming up into here. We've got Bradshaw who's looking to get past Thor. He's managed to do that without ERS as well. That's fantastic. Let's just stay on board with Thor. Thor's going to have the inside line and forces Bradshaw quite wide. Dark Shadow is past Daze on the soft tyre. Daze lost a couple of positions. We've got Martinez who's having a little look at Smurf. Kabuki is quite far away on his soft tyres. We've got Liam who gets past Bradshaw. Bradshaw's sort of all over the place. At the minute, Bradshaw's been hit. Someone's hit Bradshaw or he's just lost it. Something's happened to Bradshaw. He's tumbling down the positions at the moment. He's bringing it in, and as is Daze, so there was some kind of damage on Daze and Bradshaw. So they're both coming in already. Kabuki's to P8, so this is going to really ruin their race. Adam has just left Thor completely in the dust. Liam chasing down Thor. We've got Smurf who's trying to make a move on his teammate. His teammate who's on the faster tyre. But we're going to have much happening here. Brick Grit's looking like he might be trying to make a move on Legend here. A little bit too far back to make anything happen. Adam's now a full 1.1 behind Slicks. Slicks is looking like he's going to surely run away with this one now. Lisa is definitely racing. Let me just make sure. Yep, Lisa's good to go, so that's fantastic. I'm really glad Lisa didn't get kicked out of the race because that would have been really annoying. So after having to pit, we have Bradshaw, P16, Daze and Martinez right at the back. Bradshaw's going to be looking to chase down Lisa now. He's gone for hard tyres. He'll probably try and stick those out to the end. We've got Liam, not William, trying to get a little bit closer. I've missed the move from Shadow, I'm really sorry. We have got Kabuki who's trying to make a move on Timmer. Both have been in Division 5 for quite a while. They were in Division 5 when I first started, I'm pretty sure, in the very first season of F1 22. We have Gravedigger and Brick Grit and Legend fighting each other. We'll just try and keep an eye on the time, see how everything gets on. Looks like Brick Grit might be looking at making a move, but he's losing a lot of time to Legend. He's also got the faster tyre. Nothing's going to happen here. We'll see if Liam's going to have a go at Thor. He's a little bit too far back to make anything stick. Timmer is getting past Shadow. Shadow is bringing it in, so I think he's had some kind of damage. Those soft tyres just yet. Kabuki up to P7. Liam trying to chase down full position. We've got Gravedigger and Brick Grit and Legend. This looks like the main fight to be following. Kabuki and Timmer is also one that we'll be keeping an eye at. Kabuki's got the faster tyre, but Timmer seems to be better at navigating this part of the track. I wonder if there was a little mistake from somewhere. Bradshaw's managed to get past Dark Shadow. No, okay, he was in the pits. My flatmate is completely losing his rag, so I think Man United have just conceded. Martinez manages to come out behind. Oh, Dark Shadow gets out in front of Martinez. Oh, yes, Dark Shadow in front of Martinez, so good pit stop for him. He'll be happy with that. BVB Thor is very close to Mr. Adam Moore now. Adam has lost so much time to Slicks. He's a second a lap slower than Slicks, so it's really upsetting that Bradshaw's as far down as he is, and he's going to have to try and get through the pack. I wonder what the traffic's looking like. At the moment he doesn't have any traffic, so there's that. Thor looking to have a go at Mr. Adam Moore. The only positives that we might see from this is, well, Bradshaw's going to be on slower tyre, but he's already made his stop. All of the cards, I'd say, are in Slicks' hands now, as long as he can keep things on the track. We've got Jamie looking to make a move on. Oh, he's hit the car. He was a little bit too narrow. Carrot's having a look at Gravedigger too. Kabuki's managed to get past Timmer. Carrot doesn't go for the risky move. I like that, Carrot. Plenty of time left in this race. I wonder if Timmer's going to be able to get something back on Kabuki, but I think those soft tyres are probably going to carry Kabuki home for a little bit longer yet. We've got Smurf who's trying to get a little bit closer to Liam. Thor is quite far behind Mr. Adam Moore. Mr. Adam Moore has managed to get some time back, and that could be a warning. Probably going to have to get the FIA involved in that one. Timmer trying to get a little bit closer. We'll just stay on board with Smurf for the minute. We've got Alves who's getting closer to Carrot. We've got Brickgrit who's getting closer to Jamie, but probably not enough. So we'll just stay on board with this battle for now because it's further up the field, just to get you a little bit of a different camera angle. So you might be bored of seeing everyone's cockpit cam. So we'll just change it up a little bit longer. He's going to get DRS here, so now we'll change camera view. And he's probably not going to make it happen here. Slicks has got a 3-second penalty. That is going to be huge. That's absolutely massive. And that could really come back to haunt him, especially if we get a safety car. We've got Brickgrit who's managed to get past Jamie, so the little mistake there. And is Smurf going to be able to, maybe not quite a mistake, sorry, probably just using DRS. Smurf goes around the outside of Liam, and he's going to try and make this stick now. I wonder if Timmer's going to be close enough to make a move on Kabuki. Doesn't quite look like it. Always looking like he was thinking about it though. And Thor is very close to Adam. I don't know what happened to Adam. Adam's made a mistake, I think. We'll just have a look at Timmer. We've also got Liam who's getting close to Smurf. And Timmer is past Kabuki. And he's managed to make that stick nicely. Liam and Smurf. So we've got RSF1 Jamie who's been speeding in the pit lane. He's coming in early, so presumably he has picked up a little bit of damage. The Alfa Romeo pit crew are going to be quite busy at the moment. Bradshaw's got himself up to P13 now. Dark Shadow puts in the fastest lap on the medium tyre. And has Bradshaw managed to... he's managed to get past Shadow and Days. So that'll be good news for him. Things are starting to fall his way, but he is probably going to put under pressure from Dark Shadow at some point. Dark Shadow comes through on the soft tyre. I'm not too sure why he's got softs, but there we go. Martinez has left the session, so we have a DNF to Martinez, or he just retired. Maybe he just retired. Sorry, I missed that one. We're going to have a little look at Adam if he can get back the position on Thor. This is only going to help Slicks. Both. Oh, everyone's looking quite okay. There we go. Can Adam make it stick? We'll just have a little different camera angle. Yeah, I think he's going to be able to make it stick here. Has Thor got a better run here? Thor's going to get DRS, and he's had a better exit. That's brilliant from Thor. Thor is going to make the hold on to P2. He'll also get away from Adam. He's got the faster tyre as well. And we've got Kabuki who's getting close to Timmer. It looks like the Kabuki and Timmer is going to be a little bit of the theme of today's race. Liam and Smurf are trying to fight each other, but Kabuki can't quite get away from Timmer. This is allowing Legend to come back up, and Legend is driving for AlphaTauri, so AlphaTauri doing quite well in these early stages of the race. Alfa Romeo not quite so much. Bradshaw is only 12 seconds behind. As Days manages to get a on Dark Shadow, and Days has done that on a slower compound tyre. We have got Kabuki who's trying to have another look at Timmer. Legend is also there as well. I think Kabuki's tyres might be starting to feel a little bit of pressure now. What else have we got here? We've got Smurf who's trying to get a little bit closer to Mr. Adam Moore. Adam's not going to get DRS, so we're going to have this DRS zone to see if he can get a little bit closer to him, and then maybe make a move as we get to the final DRS zone on the main straight. Adam has gone quite slowly through there, although he's taken it better than Smurf, so what do I know? Adam is now going to get DRS actually. He's going to have a little look at Thor. Thor's managed to get quite far in front, so I think Adam might be able to have a go at this, you know. He's going to get the DRS. He's not hit the barriers, which is nice. He's managed to get a whole 0.3 seconds down. He's not using his overtake. He's not using his DRS. He's just going to sit behind Thor and get DRS. I guess he's going to go for him at the next part of the track. He doesn't really want to lose more time than he needs to. Slicks is now 4 seconds up the road, so that penalty is now well clear. Kabuki, Legend and Timmer seem to be having a little bit of a fight, but Alves is going to maybe have a little look at Carrot, but chooses to exercise caution. I'm a big fan of that. Let's see what Kabuki and Timmer's doing. I don't think Kabuki was thinking about making a move there. I think he was more thinking to himself, I just don't want to hit him. Smurf is looking at Adam. I wonder if Adam's going to lose positions. It looks like Adam is really struggling. No, Adam is just going to breeze past Thor. I don't know what I'm talking about. We'll blame it on the sore throat. It's not making me think straight. Might see Smurf try to make a move on Thor here if he can get himself into P3. It all reminds me a little bit of F1 Manager, where the DRS cars keep overtaking each other and the ones in the train just can't get past. Smurf has also got Liam to worry about somewhat too. It looks like Smurf is going to make this stick. Dark Shadow has retired. We have a safety car. We have a safety car. We have a safety car. So what strategies are we going to see people go with here? And is Slick's going to go for a pit stop, or is he going to try and stay out on his mediums and make them last a little bit longer? Now this is the area of interest. So Dark Shadow has retired. Lisa's got a 3-second time penalty. Slicks is bringing it into the pit, so he's going to come in the pit. Adam's staying out on his hards. Thor's coming in. Smurf staying out. Liam staying out. Legend is going to come in from his hards. Timmer, I'd imagine we're going to see Timmer and Kabuki both coming in here. Yeah, looks like the case. Gravedigger is opting to pit. Brick Grit's pitting too. We know Brick Grit loves a pit, and Carrot might be able to get a lot of positions up into the pits and get themselves up into P4 and in front of Slicks. Now, what I want to have a look at is whereabouts Bradshaw is. Bradshaw is actually pitting again, so I wonder what tyres Bradshaw's going to go for. I thought Bradshaw might have just tried to stay on his hards. Will the mediums last 17 laps? They might do. Oh, okay, he's had more damage. That's why he's coming in for the pit. It's been a little bit of a tricky one for Bradshaw, but keep your head up. Sure, you'll be okay. Adam is now P1, followed by Smurf, Liam. Slicks comes out P4, so he'll be quite pleased that he doesn't have too much pack to get through, and he manages to stay in front of Carrot, which is quite important. So everyone has now pitted, apart from Liam, Smurf, Adam, and Carrot. Lisa. Yeah, is Lisa in the pit? Yeah, Lisa's in the pits now, so let's have a look at what tyres Lisa's going for. Lisa is getting a new front wing and putting on a pair of softs. Lisa's going for an aggressive safety car restart, and I like it. So, we can take a breather. So, a lot has happened in the opening 8 laps of this race, or maybe we'll also go for 7 laps. So things were looking quite well, and me and my big mouth, I nearly jinxed it, and I thought, no, I won't say it because then something bad's going to happen. I was thinking, things are looking quite good for Slicks. There haven't been any early safety cars. Everyone seems sort of spaced out, like there were a few nice battles going on, but spaced out enough. That's a really pretty monument, isn't it? Things were quite spaced out. There's a boat in the background, I've got my wish. I'll get this sentence out eventually, don't you worry. Dark Shadow's struggling with the tyre temperatures. And that is a Smurf coming into the pits, so that's interesting. Adam's staying out, as is Liam. So that's another position for Slicks. And Adam and Liam are probably thinking to themselves, I really didn't want Slicks to be any closer to me than he already is. So I wonder how long Liam can keep Slicks behind him. See if Adam can get a bit of a lead, but it's not really going to matter too much because he needs to pit. The other person we're interested in for this race for the potential win is Bradshaw, but he's only P14, having to change his wing and also go for a fresh set of mediums. His mediums should be okay, they should see him out till the end. Good evening, Crown Flower, I hope you're doing well. I don't think I even finished what I was saying. Things were looking well for Slicks. I nearly jinxed it. Things looked quite spaced out. He had a 3-second penalty, but it was 4 seconds clear. The drivers in 2nd, 3rd and 4th were all fighting each other. He could have just got past. No, Legend was late. So his punishment is having to deal with Ferrari strategists. In other words, he didn't get to select his car, so he's just been put in Ferrari by default. But his points will be going to AlphaTauri, I'm sure. So, no panic if you're a AlphaTauri driver, Crown Flower. He's going to end up finishing like he is, yeah. Well, for the moment, the strategy doesn't look too bad. He's got mediums. He's got to get 16 laps out of them, and he's P7. And Carrot, Liam, and Adam still have to pit. So if he can stay out of trouble, maybe make a move on Timmer and Thor and Carrot. Well, we should get past Carrot in the pits, but maybe make a move on Timmer and Thor. Could be a potential podium on for him. Bradshaw will be quite relieved to see the safety car come out. But maybe in another sort of sense, not that relieved. Legend is doomed. Not that relieved because he's still down in P14. So by the time he gets through the grid, start challenging Slicks. Slicks is going to be 10 seconds ahead already. Is the safety car still not coming in? It doesn't look like the safety car's coming in. So we're going to have another lap of safety car. My goodness. Timmer does need to get his elbows out. Kabuki has been going for the soft strategy. I think Kabuki is just gambling on constant safety cars. Kabuki's strategy sort of reminds me of no strategy, just vibes. I don't know why my flatmate was shouting earlier. Maybe someone missed a chance, but I haven't had a score update on my phone. So, not a lot of old tyres on the track. Only 3 people yet to pit, them being Carrot, Liam and Adam. As you can tell, they're quite high up. There's a load of pretty monuments here, isn't there, in Jeddah? If anyone fancies a holiday, I think they should get me a little bit of commission, shouldn't they? If anyone from RSF1 goes on holiday to Saudi Arabia, I think I should get a certain percentage of it. Because I'm doing a cracking job of advertising this with like the boats and the monuments, and unfortunately, yeah, actually no, you can hire me, I'll come with you and I'll just commentate on your holiday. How does that sound? Don't be all put off. Top 2 are going to be under attack. They definitely need another safety car, but I think they've already messed it up because they're going to have to pit anyway. So if a safety car comes in, they're not going to be able to get away from the pack. So they're just going to, when the next safety car comes in, if it comes in too soon, people are probably just going to stay out on their tyres. If it comes in too late, they're going to be too far behind anyway. So I think the best thing to do would have been to pit. I can sort of see why Adam stayed out. I think Adam's probably better off trying to make those hards go to the end. Well, not right to the end, but get it to try and go on a soft tyre. So we're going to have the race restart now. We'll stay on board with Adam because I have been instructed to by the higher-ups in the comms division. Adam's going to take it quite late here as he caught out Liam. Not really. This is the man we want to have a look at. Is Carrot going to have a look at Slicks? I was going to say, Carrot's going to have a look at Slicks. Timmer's all over the back of someone. Slicks and Carrot nearly having a little bit of a coming together. Gravedigger's got a 3-second time penalty for warning. Looks like there's been some kind of an incident. Let's have a look at what Legend and Thor are saying. They're all quite close to each other. All the cars are quite close. Slicks, is he going to have a go? Oh, he's all over the place. He is well and truly all over the place. Legend is trying to have a look at Thor, and Carrot, Carrot's lost it. Carrot's gone off the track, so that's one person already out of the way. Not great for Carrot. It's been a bit of a tough one as Legend goes around the outside, and we had a really good view to see Slicks gets past Liam as well. Slicks is now going to put Adam under all sorts of pressure on these fresh hards. I think Adam might have made a mistake. He probably should have gone for the medium tyre. There's been contact. What on earth is going on here? He's out. Is he out? Is Slicks out? He's not out, with somehow not having a safety car. He's backwards on the track. He's nearly caused an incident with the rejoin. Nearly hit. I thought it was Kabuki, but it's not Kabuki. It was Days. I think it was Days. Well. And now Bradshaw's up to P7. So Slicks is going to have to pit because he's got damage. Adam's going to surely have to pit as well. I don't know if Adam will have to. Well, Adam will have to pit at some point, but Slicks has gone from being in complete control to being all over the place. Wow, that's a really nice camera angle, got to say. Anyway, getting distracted. Thor gets past Liam, so now it's a race between AKA Legend in the Ferrari / AlphaTauri. It's an AlphaTauri in the lead. It's not the one we thought it was going to be. Followed by Thor, followed by Kabuki, Gravedigger, and Carrot, and oh, there's all sorts going on here. Let's have a look at what Smurf's got to deal with here. Bradshaw is going to be looking to get past Timmer, so Bradshaw is back in the driver's seat, I'd say, to try and win this race. Thor was also putting up good pace in Bradshaw might just have a little bit too much. It might come into whose tyres last longer. Bradshaw's got to get a lot of life out of these tyres, but we had a lot of laps on the safety car. So in the pits we've got Liam, Days and Jamie. Slicks has stayed out, so he doesn't have that bad damage. He's just going to try and nurse it. He's past Carrot already. I do think he did take damage though. I'm going to try and get a camera angle to see. I think that front right plate is, yeah, he's missing a front right plate, so Slicks is, I think that's going to make a big difference. Timmer is trying to have a look at Kabuki. Gravedigger is also trying to have a look at Thor. We'll have a look at this camera angle. I think this will be a good one. Legend's sort of trying to get away from everyone else, but he can't quite get away from the pack. We've got so many people so close, and Bradshaw's managed to get past Timmer. He goes up the inside. He's probably going to have a little look at Kabuki as well to come up the inside, but he's got to get past Kabuki on his soft tyres, and he's just outbraking Kabuki. Really, no, he hasn't. Kabuki managed to stay on the racing line, I think, and stay in the lead, or in front of him rather. DRS is now enabled, so this is going to fix things up a little bit. Gravedigger is thinking. Legend's lost a lot of time to Thor now. Kabuki in P4, we've had another incident, and it's Slicks. Slicks is bringing it in, as is Carrot, so I think that could be Slicks out of contention for the race as we get on the safety car. We now have the front 8 are quite close together, and then things are quite spaced out, as Alves has Adam. We've got Timmer who's looking at the back of Bradshaw, but I don't think he's really going to make anything stick. I think Bradshaw's just going to have a try and go for Kabuki and probably get him, if I'm honest. Bradshaw trying to get up the inside. Smurf is having a look at Timmer. He's got a penalty. We've also got Gravedigger who's on a penalty. Things are looking good for the Haas drivers. I'm pretty sure we had a Haas. I think it was Button who was here last week. I'm pretty sure he's on a Haas. Looks like there's a little mistake there from Gravedigger, just as we were talking about. So he's going to get a better run, and he's going to completely blitz him, and he's going to get DRS. Yeah, we've managed to get DRS from Gravedigger too, but it's not going to be enough on Kabuki. He needs to be careful here not to have an accident. He's done well. Well done. Bradshaw is now going to be licking his lips and having a look at these hard tyres of Gravedigger. Bradshaw needs to start trying to cut through the field, because otherwise his medium is going to fall off and the hard tyres will probably still be a little bit okay. Thor has shown, as I've said before, a lot of pace. We'll see if Thor can get anything to happen here, and maybe he will do a better job of getting away from the pack than Legend's managed to do. How's your nerve, Legend? Gravedigger's having a go. We'll just stay on board with Thor, Kabuki and Gravedigger. Kabuki goes around the outside. He's managed to make it stick. Is the line from Gravedigger going to damage him a little bit? No, it looks like Bradshaw's just quite happy to be a spectator for now, as he's got Smurf in his rear view mirrors too. Kabuki's starting to lose a little bit of time on Thor now, but that's probably just because of the fighting that they've been doing. Bradshaw takes a different Gravedigger could be getting another penalty. He needs to be careful. He needs to be really careful. Yeah, we're having a little bit of a procession here. I think that's the better definition. As Bradshaw tries to get a little bit close to Gravedigger, but he's just not quite as close as I thought he'd be, and Smurf is all over him. And he'll be really hoping that Smurf doesn't do something silly. We've already seen last week's race winner, and DRS between these two, by the way. DRS quite similar between Gravedigger and Bradshaw. Brickgrit has managed to get a position past Timmer, so that's a good move. But Brickgrit, Bradshaw is looking at Gravedigger now. I think Gravedigger's got DRS, he has done. They're both quite happy to just sit on their ERS. I think Bradshaw needs to start being a little bit more urgent with that. And Smurf has just gone for it. Max Verstappen-esque. But Bradshaw is going to get a better run, and he might actually get past Gravedigger as well, because Gravedigger's not going to have DRS going through here. So we'll see if Smurf gets past him too. Smurf is going to try and force him onto the outside. Gravedigger, yeah, he's managed to get past him. And Brickgrit's trying to get a little bit closer to them. Bradshaw can now start having to think about Kabuki. Still got Smurf to worry about. As we've seen, Smurf likes a bit of a lunge. Gravedigger has managed to increase the gap with Brickgrit a little bit, so Brickgrit needs to watch out for Timmer. Well, there's someone went wide, I think. I'm pretty sure I saw someone go wide. Yeah, Smurf goes wide. Timmer's past Brickgrit. Smurf and Gravedigger have both lost a lot of time to Bradshaw, so I suppose there was a little bit of a coming together, or just both of them made a mistake. Gravedigger's got a lot of ERS, Smurf doesn't. Smurf is all about give me the position right now. They're both for the same, and Lisa's out, no, Lisa. And it's a VSC. So, is anyone going to take this opportunity to pit? Probably not. I don't think Kabuki's going to be able to get those softs until the end. Maybe he goes for another pair of softs, because I think if he pits for another pair of softs, it'll be a bit of a better position, but probably better off waiting for an eventual safety car, I think, instead of going for it here. So, as we take a little bit of a break in the action, no one will be more upset about this than Legend, because he's managed to pull quite a bit of a lead. It's a normal safety car, so it's okay. Kabuki has decided to come in for presumably another fresh pair of softs, so some positions were still under VSC conditions. So Bradshaw is now up to P3. Let's just have a little look at what tyre Kabuki goes for, because we're not really going to see many overtakes. We've got both the Hasses also coming in as Alves gets himself up to P6, Brick Grit and P5, things looking good for the Alpines, and Kabuki's gone for mediums. That's interesting. Gravedigger's on mediums, the Hasses are stacking. No! Tim is absolutely fuming. Legend P1, we're still under VSC. Thor's now 0.5 behind him, so someone's got a little bit of time. There we go, green, and Thor is right on his gearbox, and Bradshaw's right on his gearbox, and DRS has now been enabled, so these drivers are now going to get ERS going into the next part of the track as we get further up into sector 2. This looks like the fight to be behind. Adam Moore is having a little look at Gravedigger. I don't think he's going to make anything stick here. We've seen that Bradshaw likes to be quite patient. I wonder if he's going to go for Thor a little bit more aggressively now that he doesn't have anyone to worry about behind him. He does have Smurf to worry about, but he's not quite in DRS range yet, and Bradshaw is looking like he's going to absolutely smoke Thor here. And is he going to make that move stick? He does, yeah, very easily. Smurf will be able to now be in DRS range of Thor, so Thor needs to be careful. Bradshaw is now in DRS range of Legend. He's making sure he holds on to it. Legend's got plenty of ERS. He should probably have someone on his radio telling him to start using it, because Bradshaw is coming, and I don't think he's going to be able to keep Bradshaw behind him for too long. He might even lose it right here. We'll see what his moves like here. He's using his ERS. Unfortunately for you, Legend, Bradshaw's got plenty of it too, and he's got plenty of pace as he forces him round to the outside. Ooh. I was a bit worried about that. This is going to allow Thor to get a little bit closer. Thor's managed to get half a second back on them, and Legend holds on to the position for now. If he can keep doing that, it's really difficult to hold people back on this track. We've also got Smurf, who's going to look to put Thor under a little bit of pressure. Smurf has a little bit of a intimate relationship with the barrier there. Bradshaw's trying to get a little bit closer, and we've got Liam, who's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Naughty. Smurf trying to get past Thor, and he does have a penalty. Let's just have a look at the penalties. Probably should have done that before. So Smurf does have a 3-second penalty, so Thor's not going to be too concerned about that. He's probably actually going to be a little bit more concerned, to be fair, because he wants to go and get Bradshaw, and now he's got some with a penalty in his way. We've got Slicks, who's got 3 seconds. Gravedigger has 3 seconds. Jamie has 3, and Liam has 5. Smurf lets Thor go there. Anything else we need to look at? I think that's okay. We can have a look at the position changes. Legend's had a great race. We'll get back onto the tyre because that's a little bit more interesting, and we'll stay on board with this race, although it looks like Bradshaw is going to possibly make a move. We'll just try and hover between the two. And Smurf does like to dive down here, but he doesn't go for it yet. Legend's got enough pace for now. We've both got the same amount of ERS. It doesn't look like Bradshaw's going to go for anything here, but let's just make sure. Yeah, I think we're safe. Smurf isn't looking like he's going to go for anything either. We've got Slicks having a look at Adam, two people who were fighting for the front places in qualifying. Slicks is at to have quite a lot of stops. If he can get, well, he's got his time penalty, so I don't think he's really going to be challenging for the race win. He's quite far behind. I don't think he's going to be making up enough time. Slicks gets the fastest lap though, so we'll be pleased with that. Smurf trying to get a little bit closer to Thor. It looks like we've got Smurf and Thor fighting, Bradshaw and Legend fighting. Thor is now 4 seconds behind Bradshaw and Legend, so things are looking good for Legend. I'm sure Ferrari strategists have got some way to mess it up for him. Thor looks like he's really struggling now. And this is allowing Brick-Grits to slowly but surely work his way through the field up into P5. Things are looking good for Brick-Grit. We have a VSC. What's happened? What's happened? What's happened? What's happened? Gravedigger is pitting. What's happened? What's happened? I didn't see anything. So another VSC. Not a normal safety car. So this is where we sort of have to see the driver's skill of driving under ERS condition. Ugh. The word, you know. Oh, my flatmate's going to be absolutely fuming. It's now 3-2 to go. That's alright. I actually had United to win this one 4-1, so he's going to be angry with me if I get this wrong. Oh no. So, VSC still going, DRS enabled, VSC off. So Bradshaw has managed to get himself in a nice position to get very close, and Smurf is also quite close to Thor too. Legend's sort of struggling with these Delta restarts. We've got Adam who's passed Brick-Grit. Brick-Grit pitted, no. I mean, I like the move, Brick-Grit, I like it. Go and get Adam and Kabuki, make it worth your while. I don't think it was worth it. You had a 7-second lead. Smurf and Thor fighting each other. Bradshaw's a little bit further behind Legend. 6 laps to go. Slicks is out. Slicks has lost it. Slicks has lost it where Daze is. Obviously just retired in the pits. I think he's just retired in the pits because there's no safety car or anything. And Bradshaw and Legend are having a go at each other. Legend's doing a great job at the moment, and he's got more ERS. This has been a really good drive from him, but I think he's probably going to end up losing it on the main straight, if not here. Bradshaw's just looking to keep things nice and clean and tidy, and now he's going to go on the aggressive, and that's a really intelligent move from Bradshaw, as Legend looks to sort of force him off the track, but Bradshaw takes the lead of the race. Now, Legend needs to keep his head up, stay in DRS range, make sure he doesn't make any mistakes, he'll be okay. Thor's lost a little bit of time to Smurf. What's happened there, and that's all we've really got going at the minute is Legend, Bradshaw, Thor and Smurf. We got Timber who's a little bit close to Alves, but not quite that much. Brick-Grit is actually losing time on Adam, even though he's on a fresh pair of softs. So oh, we've gone wide from Legend, that's not good, and we've got an Adam in the pits, so Brick-Grit's going to get past him. Alves probably gets past him. We'll just probably see Timber, but I don't know if Jamie gets past him. So I think we're going to have a few positions lost there from Mr. Adam Moore. So Brick-Grit's managed to get one position back. Legend's managed to get back in within DRS range, but I think he didn't have to use too much of his ERS, so we could be looking okay. He is now a second off it. He's made a little bit of a mistake there. Bradshaw looks like he's going to be absolutely cruising in this one. We've got Daze who's having a look at Jamie. Let's see if Daze can make anything happen. I'm just keeping an eye on the times, but I don't really think there's much else going on here. Daze has gone off the track, little mistake, and Adam is now going to chase him. I don't know if Daze just got out of the way though. I don't think that was a mistake actually. I think Daze has just gotten out of the way to let Adam go for it, to try and get points for the team. Daze probably thinks, well, I can get past Jamie anyway, I'm fast enough for it. Liam's got a 3-second penalty, so that's not going to worry Daze much more. And Adam on his fresh pair of softs is now going to look to try and chase down Timmer. I don't think he gets that time down. All of the cars are quite spaced out now. Not too much going on. We need another safety car. Nobody do it. Nobody do it. We're not going to have any Fernando Alonso, Renault, what was his name? The old Flavio Briatore antics today. Something's happened with Daze, so we'll just have to look at penalties, because that might be where things become interesting. So Smurf has got 6 seconds of penalties. So Thor is at the moment on the podium, and Smurf is now P4. Yeah, Kabuki's not close enough yet. if you just look at the tyres, is there a possibility Kabuki might get that time down? He's going to be seeing that time and thinking, maybe I can make something work, but I don't think so. I think he might be a little bit too far behind to make anything happen. Thinking about it, we've also got Jamie, who's got 3 seconds. Daze is trying to get past him. We'll just have a little look at Daze, and Daze has sort of been forced off the track, but Jamie went off the track too, so Daze is now past him, and he's got the same tyres as Jamie, but Daze probably backs himself to keep Jamie behind him, as Daze is taking the scenic route there, as is Jamie. Guys, there's a track, it's not make up your own circuit. We're not playing Micromania. Is it Micromania? No, Trackmania. We're not playing Trackmania, you can make your own track up. We've got to stick to the actual track that the organisers have designed, I'm afraid. Oh, Jamie hit the barrier, but maybe it was just a little bit of a delay, and Daze has made another mistake. And Liam's got 8 seconds worth of penalties, and Liam is now just going to decide, I don't care about my 8 seconds worth of penalties, I'm having it. So Daze will be quite relieved at that. Hopefully, for Daze's sake, Liam doesn't make anything. Oh, Daze has made another mistake. Daze has got... Ah! Wow. I don't know how this Williams is still on the track, but it is. Looks like Jamie's a little bit too far back. Legend has completely fallen off. Bradshaw, what on earth have you done? Oh dear. Oh dear, Liam. Oh dear. It's exactly what I said. Daze will now be sort of happy, but sort of not at the same time. Daze is furious. And he doesn't have a front wing, but I think that happened before, so maybe Daze isn't too furious. Jamie just needs to stick. I wonder if Carrot can make anything happen here. Carrot might be able to get P11, but I don't think Carrot gets close enough to Jamie. Daze is now going to go to the bottom. Smurf is 6 seconds penalties, 1.6 away from Legend. So Thor is still going to be there, Kabuki not really close enough to worry, so it's just going to be about using all of your ERS, which Smurf has certainly gone for. Thor's got plenty to roll with, so I don't think Smurf, unless Thor makes a big mistake, is going to be able to hold on to this. We've got Jamie and Liam, looks like it might be the fight to be keeping an eye on, but we'll just have a little look at the times on Thor as well, to make sure that nothing bad happens with that. So, I don't know how Liam still has a front wing, because it looked like he absolutely clattered it. He doesn't, he's got damage, because it didn't look like to me he absolutely clattered Daze. Not been a great day for the boys at McLaren. So we'll just have a little look at where everyone started. Both McLarens actually qualified quite well today. Tibbets picks up a 3-second time penalty, so we'll see how much that affects him now, actually. Not affect him too much at all, really. It just means that if he does catch Alves, it's not going to really make much of a difference. So Alves and Brick Grit probably hold on to P5 and P6 and P7. So we'll go back to the position changes. Great race for Smurf and Legend. Thor is going to hold on to P3, I think. Oh, it looks like there's a possibility. Thor has made a mistake somewhere. Let's have a look at so the tyres are very similar. There's a possibility here that Smurf holds on to P3. There's only half a second that he's got to find. Let's have a look at the ERS. It's 3 and 35, so Thor has been sort of eating through his ERS and the time's going up. Thor needs to concentrate and go for it here, because it's now only 0.2 seconds. And he's missing out on his podium. So back on the position changes, we've got Alves and Brick Grit who had a great race. Kabuki's done well, Smurf's done well, Legend's done brilliantly. See, Slicks and Martinez will be disappointed, as will Daze and Adam. But let's go to the penalties, because this is the more relevant. Doesn't look like Brick Grit's managed to get any time off of Kabuki, really. We'll just have a look at penalties, but I think this is the thing that's going to be the most important. Thor is now... Oh, he's got a 3-second penalty. He's got a 3-second penalty. He's pushing too hard. So that's going to be that. Smurf can now breathe a sigh of relief as he's actually catching Legend. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to do it on track, but unless Legend makes a huge mistake. I don't think we're going to see. I don't think we're going to see Smurf getting any higher than P3. It's now. Well, it's only a 3-second time penalty now, realistically, for Thor. And the Smurf. I wonder if Kabuki can make anything happen here. We've got a DNF to Liam. Gonna have to watch out, Gravedigger. Okay, he's off the side of the track, that's okay. So Liam is out, so he's ruined Dace's race for absolutely nothing. Jamie will now hold on to P10 quite comfortably. Carrot picks up a 3-second time penalty. I am going to suck on a Strepsil like my life depends on it after this race. I am in clip here. Legend went from Hamilton to Stroll in a few laps. I think Legend is driving. Legend doesn't have a lot of fans here. Yeah, but yeah, it was a... He's going for it, actually. He's only 0.8 down. What a comeback this will be. Come on, Legend. I really want him to do it. I really want him to do it. He's got a tad more here. Oh, my God. This is going to be so close. I don't think he's got it in him, but he might do. Oh, I like it. I like it. He's got a point. Oh, no, he hasn't. It's still the exact same time. Off of it, I think Bradshaw's going to be okay. They both hardly have any ERS left. Can he make something happen here? Oh no, he's gotten too excited. He's messed it up. He's messed it up. He's bottled it when it mattered. Oh, what have I done? Bradshaw wins the race. Legend P2. Smurf P3. Thor completely throwing away the chance of getting a podium. Kabuki is going to cross the line for P5 in the Aston Martin. My old teammate Brit Grit is going to get P6 for the French team Alpine. Alves is going to cross the line for P7. I apologise profusely. Adam Moore and Timmer crossed the line. My flatmate was just giving me a hard time for getting the United score wrong. Surely time up for Eric Ten Hag now. He says as a Ren fan. Not looking good. So, Jamie crosses the line in P10, Gravedigger P11, Carrot about to cross the line in P12, and Timmer's DNF'd. So, okay, and Dace P12. Never should have pitted. Yeah, I think you and Brit Grit both shouldn't have pitted really, but never mind. AK Legend picks up driver of the day. So we'll have a look at the podium. See, Legend should drive for Ferrari more often. It seems to work out for him. Get him in a competent car. He challenges for race wins. Imagine what he could do at Red Bull. It seems a little bit strange not having the celebration music. It's a little bit quiet. But anyway, here is your final race result. JR Bradshaw takes the win. AK Legend in P2, Smurf P3, BVB Thor P4, Kabuki P5, Brickgrit P6, Alves P7, Mr. Adam Moore P8, RSF1 Jamie P9, Gravedigger P10, Emotive Carrot P11, Days Freak P12, Timmer P13, Liam P14, Slicks DNF in P15, Liam also with the DNF actually P14, Lisa DNF in P16, Dark Shadow DNF P17, and Martinez DNF P18. just going to invite the people who... I don't know what legends... how to get legend in the party, I don't think I can. Hello.
Hello.
So, have you guys got a little box to tick? Because I had a right nightmare with this last time. Lovely. So if you could just tick the box for me, that would be fantastic. So we'll start off with Mr. P3 in Smurf.
Yeah.
It was P3, wasn't it? Yeah, it was P3.
Yeah.
Where did you qualify? You were towards...
I qualified P9.
P9. Yeah, you were the Red Bull that did make it. Were you a little bit nervous when you saw everyone coming up into towards the end? Because I was saying that your teammate made a mistake retiring so early.
Yeah. I've got to say I believe it was Q2. I was sort of just dropping down the order very quickly, but I was a bit nervous. I was down at P9, and then of course I accidentally crashed in Q3 and got P9 again. But I'm just happy I made the most of qualifying to get at least a top 10. So.
Yeah, you got the strategy right for sure, managing to finish P3. Were you a little bit nervous about Thor catching you, or was it just I'll be alright?
I was.
Towards the end.
Yeah, at the start, like sorry, by the start, like the last 10 laps, I was trying to get past them, and when I did get past him, it was all about get my head down and don't crash into the walls. And I took every corner carefully, and somehow, obviously I was on the fresher tyres, I started to pull away, and I was very stressful near the end. Yeah.
I bet you were quite relieved when you saw Thor 3-second time penalty. I was like,
yeah.
holiday time.
Yeah. Over the moon, yeah.
So is this your first podium, or...?
It's my second podium now.
Second podium.
Yeah.
Was it P3 last time?
P3 in Portugal, yeah.
P3, well, you're only one position away from improving, so hopefully next time. Do you have any more thoughts that you'd like to share?
Not really, just well done to everyone who also raced, especially well done to Thor. He was very clean with me and him fighting, and hats off to him. I respect him even more now.
Well, we like the sportsmanship, and congratulations on P3 and the podium. So we don't have Legend to talk to. We do have Bradshaw. Bradshaw, that Q2 time, I was drooling at it for a good 5 minutes. What were you thinking for qualifying? Because I'm pretty sure you qualified P1 as well, didn't you, with another almighty time?
Yeah, yeah, it was good to be fair. I felt like I was doing all right. Yeah, I thought qualifying was quite good. Just had to, hopefully, well, I tried from the start, but had a bit of a nightmare start in the race. Went back to I went back to 4.
I think you were right at the back at one point.
Yeah, a bit of contact with someone at this corner, so then I hit first lap, went all, like you said, right to the back. And then it was just kind of a bit of luck in between. I think like a safety car at the right time. I think everyone was just kind of taking each other out in front of me. So just kind of
and then you had to pit again to change your wing again under the next safety car.
Oh no, that was because so when I pitted the first lap, the game just didn't change the wing.
Ah, right, okay.
So I was like super slow, and then had to pit again, change my tyres, and then they changed the wing the second time round. And then, but yeah, after the restart, it kind of did all right. Smurf was like right behind me at one point, but I think he might have fell away, maybe kind of fighting with someone else behind, maybe.
Yeah, I think Thor put him under a bit of pressure.
Yeah, well, it's kind of saved my bacon, to be honest, because he was about to overtake me, but yeah, I think it was good though. First win, I think, so hopefully, kick on and try and get a couple of more.
First win, did you say?
Win, yeah.
Oh, blimey, congratulations. I thought you were a regular. You drive like a regular.
That's the problem, that I haven't won, to be honest. But yeah. No,
well, hopefully now that you've broken got the first one, that's that. I just wanted to ask you a little bit more towards the end of the race as well. you got away from Legend quite easily, and then all of a sudden he just came right back at you towards the end. Were you a little bit worried about that? Because he made a mistake into the final corner, he sort of clipped the barrier, but were you a little bit worried about him? Or were you just sort of taking it easy for the last few laps and was like, oh, he's right behind me, but oh, never mind.
Not
Or
no,
was he just catching you?
I think he was just a bit quicker towards the end. Yeah, I used all my RS to get away from him after I overtook him, so I just wanted to. I didn't really have much left towards the end to fight with anyway, so I just kind of had to hope that he'd make a mistake or just get to the end without an incident. So yeah, it was good. It was a good little fight though. I think between the two of us. So yeah, hats off to him really.
What I found quite impressive from the comms angle was that you guys sort of had the same ERS throughout the whole time you were fighting. You both pretty much had the same number. But congratulations on your first win, and I'm sure it's the first of many.
Appreciate it.
Right, so that will do us for this Tuesday night, Division 5, Round 12 at Jeddah. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if things keep going like this, I'll be seeing you next week. Goodbye.